So I'm just like trying to make a hopefully quick little video or whatever. I received some really weird comments. And I'm just going to quote them. I'm not going to like say who it's from, but I guess my purpose of making this video is because maybe that's what other people perceive. I don't know. I have no idea what this person was talking about. But anyways, they commented. I don't even know why. But anyways, they commented on my video. I've since removed the comments because it was just negative and you don't have any counterpoints to what I'm saying. So what's the point? They were just kind of being mean. So I did remove the comments after this had happened. So anyways, their comment says, your video is laughable. Your videos are laughable. And these comments are on my video about like why I don't support sort of like tithing and like monetizing channels trying to spread the word of the Lord, basically. But anyway, so they left these two comments, and so basically they were saying that tithing, it said, they're referring to tithing, and so they said, it came from the Bible, that's where it came from, you're toxic. I personally just haven't found biblical evidence of that. If you watch my video, I was talking about how Jesus was turning over the tables and calling it a den of thieves, which I'll get into later because I could be a little bit wrong about that. So maybe I can go into that later and explain why I said what I said. But then the other comment said, from the same profile. I hadn't even gotten a chance to read these. These were left overnight when I was sleeping. So by the time I read them, it had been like up there for 9 hours. So after he said that, then he said, I've been blocked. Shows the integrity of the person you're watching. The person you're watching, meaning me, right? Only accepts the good, not the bad, a narcissist at its best. How could I have blocked you if you're able to make that comment? And how could I have blocked you if I hadn't seen the comment yet and you're able to make that another comment saying that you have been blocked? Like that doesn't, as far as I know, I haven't ever blocked anybody. But after I read all of his comments, I did choose to block him now. So if you're watching this from another account, that's weird. But if you are, you are. I chose to block them after that because it's like, if you disagree with my point, that's okay. I'm totally open to discussion because maybe my point is wrong. Maybe it is in the Bible. The views that I have are because I grew up basically like Pentecostal. I went to a school called Christian Life. It was literally called Christian Life. And they don't give you enough truth. So I grew up with like a background of the Bible, but not completely really like understanding things until maybe like 4 years ago. I really started understanding the Bible. And the only way that I understand it is because it's really hard for me to read it on my own for it to make sense. It helps for me to basically get lessons on YouTube, because I don't go to like a regular church because they're so watered down. I was going to sort of like, not exactly like a Hebrew roots type thing, but they get more into like the real meaning of the Bible. They tell you what's going on at the time, and that's what I need. I need it to be put into context. So I'm not making videos here on YouTube trying to be any sort of leader to other people, because the fact still remains that sometimes I might be wrong. I'm still learning. And what was the other thing I was going to say? I wish I could pause this so that I could like come back and finish my thought. I'm still learning. And so all I can do, my gift, all I know is all of us, we can all be wrong at some point in time, including myself. Totally. There's other channels that I follow that I believe that their heart's in the right place and they really, are following the Lord to the best of their ability. But sometimes I've noticed I think they're wrong about certain things. We all have different gifts. We're all sort of like a toolbox for God, you know? And for me, my gift has always been when I was a little kid, because, like when you're a kid, you are kind of pure. And I used to have that relationship with God where I would like get these feelings or even like a voice in my head that would tell me not to do things. And I always had like what I feel is a gift of discernment when I was a little kid. But as I went through my life and began sinning, it it really does turn your heart to where you don't feel that guilt eventually. Like that conscience that God gives you, you don't feel it. And so within the last few years, when I've really been seeking God, I've kind of like redeveloped this gift I've started to notice. So this is my gift, is like gift of discernment, when at least that's my opinion, when I see things that just aren't right. So I could be wrong about other things because that's not my gift. My gift is just when I feel something ain't right. Like, for instance, I used to be a DSP for intellectually and physically disabled adults. And so we would take them to a church program. And inside this church, this was a year ago, they had a room closed off, and I peered into this room, and there was on the floor a big giant tarp. And they had drawn a giant circle, and within this giant circle was all these weird circular paths that just go back and forth and around. And I made a video about it because something about it didn't sit right with me. I didn't know why. I just knew whatever it was, it did not belong in a house of worship to the God of the Bible. If that's what this is supposed to be, if we're supposed to be worshiping the God of the Bible, this doesn't belong here. I knew it didn't. So I had posted it on KJ Osborne's Facebook, and somebody else responded to me, and they're like, that's a labyrinth, and they were kind of telling me all about it. And then I did a little bit of my own research, and I was like, this absolutely doesn't belong in the church. This is like kind of satanic. So in my opinion, I think I have a little bit of a gift of discernment. That doesn't mean that I'm right about all of my opinions, especially because I don't have all the knowledge that somebody else might have. That's the truth. I'm not a person who can crack open a KJV and completely understand what's going on. I'm the type of person that I need to like read along with a pastor who really actually does know what they're talking about, not like your mainstream pastors in these churches, like somebody who really has their heart on God. And so there, maybe I'm wrong about things because of the fact that I can't always interpret the word for myself. Sometimes I have to lean on other people's interpretations and see if I think that when they compare what they are saying and then they give their verses to back it up, I have to decide whether I think that those coincide together. And then when I also happen to hear maybe a similar conclusion from another person, that kind of reinforces my opinion that, maybe this is how it is to be interpreted. So, my opinions on tithing still pretty much remain the same. And I completely disagree with the comment. As far as I know, I haven't deleted anybody's comments if they've disagreed with me on that. But I did delete that person's comments after they said that because that was really like rude. He was telling me I was toxic just for my opinion. I'm totally open if you have a different opinion because, like I said, I'm learning. So maybe you can teach me something that I don't know, because I'm not here on YouTube to teach. I can't teach you guys. I can give you tidbits and speak out when I feel like I'm supposed to, but the reality is I don't have some sort of plethora of information where I can lead people yet. Like, that's not my purpose. That's not what I'm trying to do. God hasn't told me to do that. If I see something that I think is wrong, I'll speak up against it, like on Facebook, like my friends posting things that I know aren't biblically correct or they're misled because they're blind and in the world. But I'm totally open to people commenting on my videos if I'm wrong about something and, saying that you're wrong, this is what the Bible says, blah, 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 blah. I'm cool with that. Just don't make a comment just to insult me. You're just insulting me. You don't actually have something to say, something like you're not actually proving how it's wrong. You're not referring to a Bible verse. You're just telling me that I'm a bad person, basically, when I'm just trying on my best to help other people do what I think God wants us to do. I don't know what else I can say. I don't have any ill intentions, but yeah, this was the first time that I've come across something like really negative and something that I felt was definitely not coming from a place of love. I mean, not to say that I'm completely innocent and I'm not bratty at times too, but yeah, those comments just totally came out of left field, and they didn't serve any purpose other than they weren't informative. They served no purpose other than to just be really mean. So yeah, I deleted those comments and definitely blocked that person. But so yeah, if anybody happens to look at my videos and knows that I am wrong about something, let me know. That's cool. Or I might still disagree, but I can promise you one thing, I'll leave your comments up, because everybody deserves to make their own choices based off of all the information they can make. Why can't somebody else be able to watch my video and then read disagreeing comments in the section and come to their own conclusion of who they think has the most truth? I mean, that's really what it's all about. I mean, it's not about being right. It's about trying to find the truth, I guess. That's really what I care about. So if I'm wrong, let me know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about tithing. I don't think it's biblical. But if somebody else can let me know, where it's biblical, let me know some verses and explain some stuff to me, I'm cool with that. Go watch that video and comment on that video and let me know why I'm wrong. That's fine. Let me know. Help me out, because I'm still learning. Thanks.